What's going on, guys? Wednesday. No, it's not Wednesday. It's Monday. I'm out of it, man. I'm barely awake. For those of you who watching, hey, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I am doing a giveaway today. All right. I got two of these Jahmyr Gibbs bobbleheads that I am going to be giving away. One is going to our members. All right. If you guys want to become a member, it's not required. It's greatly appreciated. One is going to those people for sure, members only. The other one, I got two of them. There's going to be a trivia question. All right. If you guys answer that, whoever answers the trivia question right, the first is going to win. So members, if you are in here, I need you guys to leave some comments so I can drop some names in the wheel for when we get going. Man, it's Monday, barely awake, long night, not much sleep. But I am ready to head up to Detroit here in a few hours, get ready for some tailgating, hit the casino, get ready for some Monday night football. I'm ready, man. But there's just a lot going on in the city of Detroit, man. It's a great time to be a Detroit sports fan. Tigers clinching a playoff spot the other day. I know this isn't a Detroit Tigers podcast, but, you know, we appreciate what the Tigers are doing. I always wear my Detroit Tigers hat loud and proud. Taking on the Astros, man, that's interesting. Justin Verlander, AJ Hinch, you know, face off against former teams. I feel like the Houston Astros are the most hated team in baseball, so a lot of people will probably be cheering for Detroit. So how do you guys feel about the Tigers clinching it up and getting into these playoffs, man? What a run they've had since, like July? They went like 34-11 or something like that, man. It's crazy. I thought they were dead and out of the water, but they got hot at the right time. Do you guys think the Tigers are going to make some noise in the playoffs and get in the World Series? That'd be pretty awesome to see, but that feels like kind of a long shot. We're going to get into some Lions stuff. Let's take a look at this official injury report real quick. Let me bring that in. This is from Tim Twentyman, put this out a couple days ago. You guys know about Frank out, Ennis Rakestraw questionable, and Brian Branch is on here as a full practice, full participant, but I saw that he was sick the other day. He might be doubtful, might not play. I think that's a big loss, losing Brian Branch. What he's been doing in coverage has been one of the NFL's best. This dude is not allowing passes to be completed. He had like the most passes forced for an incompletion in the NFL at one point, I think. I don't know if that's still a stat that he's holding on to, but Brian Branch has been a pivotal piece on defense. And if he's not going, man, it's going to be tough. And then Marcus Davenport not being out. I did an episode yesterday talking about who I think will take over that spot. Obviously, Dan Campbell hinted that it's going to be Josh Paschal going in. Josh Paschal's third year. I got to start seeing some more out of him. I think I really like Josh Paschal, but I feel like what he does as a pass rusher is it's underwhelming. He kind of reminds me of maybe an upgrade from John Kaminsky. So what are we really getting out of Josh Paschal? It hasn't been much. He's solid against the run, but when it comes to like 3rd and 7 or like a 2nd and long, a known passing down, I need to see some more out of Josh Paschal. It just hasn't been there as of yet, but I think it's going to get going. And I also mentioned I want to see Mekhi Wingo get some reps at that defensive end position. I need to see more athleticism. And the problem with Wingo is he's not the biggest guy. He is not the biggest guy in the world, so it's hard for him to overpower these left tackles or right tackles in the NFL because these dudes are monsters. But his athleticism could be a problem. You know, maybe he forces some holding calls, maybe he gets there, but how quick he gets off the line is something you have to take notice of. Mile Marker 301, good morning. Appreciate you tuning in. Hammer that like button, guys. It's truly appreciated. Helps this channel reach a bigger audience. Help me out as best you can. And again, if you're just tuning in, doing a giveaway, think about becoming a member. If not, drink your morning coffee, sit back, enjoy the show, and get ready and turn your trivia brain on, because I got a good question for you guys. It's not an impossible question, but it is going back. It's going back in time. All right. I don't want to give too many big hints, but it's a good trivia question. And I think some people I want to see how your memory is, but we're talking Detroit Lions football. I'm answering all your guys' questions, anything Detroit related, really, because I was mentioning the Tigers at the beginning of the show. Um, Calvin Johnson, Ring of Honor tonight, too, man. I think that's awesome. The Lions fumbled. If you're a season ticket holder, a couple days before games, you get an email with like some information, how to get into the stadium, all that. And they mentioned what the game day giveaway is. This was a golden opportunity while we're giving away bobbleheads here on Monday morning. A golden opportunity for the Detroit Lions to do a Calvin Johnson bobblehead, and they fumbled it. We're just getting a little like wrist light thing. Like I don't really personally care about that. I'll probably get one, but not very excited. I think the Detroit Lions, man, we fumbled. We could have had a Detroit Lions Calvin Johnson Hall of Fame gold jacket bobblehead being handed out today. Instead, we're getting a stupid little wrist light flare thing, but I don't know. Not very impressed with the giveaway tonight, but that's not why you go to games. All right, we're going to the games to get some Detroit Lions wins. How do you guys feel about the Minnesota Vikings? They're kind of surprising me. Is that 4-0? And they're not just 4-0, like the Vikings they're a problem. But here's my question. Is Sam Darnold kind of just being like what Josh Dobbs was for him last year? Because Josh Dobbs was playing some really good football last year. And then he kind of, I remember having to bring some people down to earth. And I said, look, the real Josh Dobbs is going to show up eventually. Is that what's happening with Sam Darnold? Like, he's playing good football right now. And someone mentioned that Sam Darnold might be the MVP if the league ended today. I don't know about that. I don't know if he's standing out that much. I think, I don't know who's really blowing up in the NFL, but to have Sam Darnold's name mentioned as MVP just seemed kind of surprising. But hey, hats off to the Vikings. They're playing tough football right now. And we play them on, I think, October 20th. So a few more weeks, 3-4 weeks from now. I'm surprised that the Vikings are 3-0 or 4-0 now. And it's not just how they're winning. Like they're dominating teams. Like when they were going against the 49ers, I was kind of like, all right, 49ers are banged up. Vikings might win this one, and they did. I was like, all right, they'll get humbled by Houston. Houston comes to town, they blow their fucking doors off. Then they play the Packers yesterday, and then it's like 28-0 at halfway through the second, and Green Bay ended up making it a game. But man, the Vikings, that's who we're chasing right now. So tonight's even a bigger game. I'm not saying it's like a must win or anything like that, but we don't want to fall too far behind. But let's focus on these Lions. All right, we got a big game, primetime game. Crowd's going to be crazy. Blackout jerseys. If you guys are going to the game, wear your blackout jersey or a black t-shirt or a black hoodie. I want this place to be a black hole for the Seahawks tonight. All right. This is a revenge game. This is a team that the Lions have really struggled with. And as much as this isn't a Pete Carroll team anymore, Pete Carroll's fingerprints are clearly all over this team. So what I think Seattle's going to come in and try to do tonight is they're going to try to get Kenneth Walker going. They're going to try to dominate the line of scrimmage. They're going to try to win the rushing game, the rushing battle. Whoever rushes the most yards tonight, I think, wins the game. And with the offensive line of the Lions being banged up, I think it's going to be a closer race. It's going to be a closer race for who's going to win that rushing battle. But I think that Seattle is they've had some cupcakes their first 3 weeks. So they played like Miami. They played all the banged up teams, Miami, Denver, who I know just won yesterday. But I'm not impressed with who Seattle's beaten. But at the end of the day, they're a 3-0 football team. All right. So you don't win games in the NFL by being bad. So I'm not trying to talk shit about Seattle. They're 3-0 because they're a good football team. If they can win the line of scrimmage and control the running game, they're similar to the Lions. That's what we want to do. We want to win in the trenches and win the rushing yards, try to keep the ball out of Goff's hands as much as possible for running it. But speaking of Goff, man, he's got to step it up. I'm kind of getting a little aggravated with Goff. Charles Denton, Detroit Lions win tonight. Hey, that's all that matters. Like I was saying, disappointed with the Detroit Lions game day giveaway, but all that matters at the end of the day is if the Detroit Lions score more points than the Seattle Seahawks. I don't care if it's 3-2. Doesn't matter to me as long as we're getting that win. But speaking of Goff, man, he's just he's got to get it together. He's turning the ball over too much. I think he has like 4 interceptions. Like, and he's not really looking like he's under crazy amounts of pressure. Our offensive line is the best in the NFL. They've been giving him time. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with JG, but it's been a little underwhelming. Hasn't been the sexiest. He had a decent game against Arizona. Still had a stupid interception, I thought, but overall, man, you're making $50 million. I need to see a little bit more, a little bit more supply and demand from me. Seattle, what do I think they're going to do? I think really, like I said, they're going to try to dominate the run game, dominate the line of scrimmage. And I can't stand watching Geno Smith come to Detroit as much as he does and just look like Joe Montana. Like, he just looks like the greatest quarterback of all time every time Geno Smith plays the Lions. Robert, don't get me started this morning, my friend. Don't get me started. It's early. Didn't sleep good. James Houston, 2 sacks tonight. That would include James Houston being on the field for at least 2 plays. So I don't know about that. I don't know if James Houston's even active for this one. Yeah, I think you're trolling me, Robert. I think you probably been watching the show for a minute. So I don't think James Houston gets 2 sacks tonight. I don't know if he even gets 2 quarters worth of play of football. But Charles, I do agree, right? I do think at the end of the day, even without Frank Ragnow, even without Marcus Davenport, I think the Lions are the better team. Graham Glasgow is more than serviceable at center. He played center back in his Michigan days. Like, this dude, he's very versatile. And I said last year, I think Graham Glasgow might have been my Detroit Lions MVP because of how underappreciated he was. Like, this dude played left guard, right guard, center. He played everything but the tackles, and we don't want to get in a position where Graham Glasgow is playing tackle. But on that offensive line, he's the guy you can move around in the interior. So at draft time, when everyone was saying how we needed offensive linemen, for injuries and stuff, I said, well, we're good on the inside. We got a guy we can shuffle around. Well, let's not start giving in a world where maybe we're losing a tackle, because I don't want to go down there. But I'm curious. I don't know who's playing right guard left guard with Graham being out. I saw some reports that it might be Dan Skipper, and that kind of puts us in a position where, Dan usually comes in and he's that jumbo tight end when we bring in that extra offensive lineman. So who's going to be taking that job? Like, there's a lot of things to look out for. But I don't know. I think our offensive line is better than Seattle's. Our quarterbacks, like I said, I don't know what Geno Smith drinks when he comes to Detroit. I don't know if he's pounding Coney dogs or American hot dogs. I don't know what he does. When he comes to Detroit, he looks like the greatest quarterback to ever play football. It seems like we never get any pressure on him. He has all day in the pocket. That's got to end tonight, man. I need to see Hutch getting after Geno Smith, because this Seattle team talks a lot of shit too. Have you guys seen? If you're not familiar with, if you're not on Twitter or anything like that, like, they've been putting out some crazy stuff. Their social media team, throwing up the best 5 plays at Ford Field history. They did a little something with Ford Field similar to what the Rams did in Week 1. We saw how that worked out for the Rams, but hey, man, we can't talk shit. We haven't beat the Rams in like 10 years. So we got to get that monkey off our back tonight. I'm tired of the Seahawks coming in here and just pounding us every single year. But overall, I do think that the Detroit Lions are a better team. I don't think it's particularly close. A lot of people are worried about DK Metcalf. Like, DK Metcalf is a physical specimen. We have a secondary that matches up very well with him. Tyler Lockett doesn't scare me. Jackson Smith-Njigba doesn't scare me. We got some young, versatile, and athletic corners that can body those guys up. So the advantage that DK Metcalf's going to have is that he's 6'10" and runs like a deer and is built like a freaking bodybuilder. So yeah, physically he's a specimen, but I think Kirby Joseph playing over the top, Carlton Davis man-to-man. I think our secondary matches up very, very well with DK Metcalf. Guys, real quick, I've been talking for a little bit. Got some more people in here watching. Jahmyr Gibbs bobblehead. All right. Hammer that like button. It's truly appreciated. I have 2 bobbleheads to give away. One is going to members only. If you guys want to become a member, I will throw your name in the wheel Members, if you're in here, I need you to leave a comment so that I can add your name as well. The second bobblehead, dust up on your trivia. I got a good question for you guys today. Going back in time, drink that coffee, get those brain cells firing, and we'll see who wins. But I want to give this stuff away. Also tonight, when I get up to the game, I'm going to try to get my hands on a Detroit Lions jersey. I don't know who. I'm going to do a jersey giveaway as well. That's going to members only as well. Our members here, I've been slacking a little bit on these giveaways. I apologize, man. I've had some crazy stuff go on in my personal life these past three, like maybe 3 months. It's been a little wild, so I apologize, members. If you're in here, I need those comments because I don't see anyone commenting yet. I see Charles Ditton Jr. and Robert blowing up the chat, but I need you guys to sound off so that I can put something in there for you guys to get these bobbleheads. And like I said, man, life's been crazy these last few months. Took a promotion at work, trying to learn a new job, some personal stuff going on, some good stuff. I don't know if my wife really wants me to put it out into the world, but we are expecting a little baby Perkins here in April. So going to be a dad, first time dad, a little old in the game. I'm 36, first time dad. So we're excited to be welcoming a new baby into this home. I don't know if I'll be able to keep my podcast studio. I might have to make some changes, but we're excited. So personal life's been busy. I apologize, members. We're going to get back on track with some members giveaway. These bobbleheads tonight, Detroit Lions jersey. I'm going to try to get my hands on a Brian Branch black jersey. Really going to work on it, but I am getting something tonight for members. So if you guys want to in on these bobbleheads, in on the jersey, think about becoming a member. Appreciate it. Hey, I'll be a great dad. Hey man, there's nothing scarier in the world to me than being a dad, but I'm excited for the challenge. Can't wait. It's exciting stuff, man. I don't know what's going to happen with the old podcast studio. We might have to relocate and redecorate the basement, but baby takes precedence. Baby's going to have, everything in this world. Trust me, grandparents are excited. I'm excited, but must win tonight. I don't know if it's a must win. For my mental health, it's a must win. We got a Cowboys fan in here. Hey, appreciate you showing up. Cowboys fan. Do you live in Texas is the question. I mean, I lived in Texas for 5 years. If I ever hit the lottery and I could pick a state to live in, it honestly, Texas would be in the discussion. I don't know if that's where you live, but a Cowboys fan watching the show. Hey, appreciate having you here too. What was I just talking about? My mind's scatterbrained today. I barely slept, man. It's going to be a long day. Offensive struggles. Man, we got to get that monkey off our back today. I'm tired of watching this well-oiled machine that the Detroit Lions have struggle to put up points. 20 points a game is not acceptable to me with an offense that when the season ends, we're going to be looking at Robert A. You're right, man. The Lord has blessed me in more than one ways. You're absolutely right. Jesus has blessed me in 1,000 different ways. I can't even deny that. But what I'm saying is these offensive struggles are getting old, man. They're getting Glorious Geeks. I appreciate being here. I'm going to add your name to the wheel for the giveaway. These offensive struggles have got to stop. Dane Campbell said something a couple weeks ago, and it didn't really sit well with me when he said that the offense might not be firing until after the bye week. But I'm watching Minnesota go out there, and they're not just winning football games. They're dominating every aspect of football. They're winning on special teams, offense, defense. Like they're scoring points, they're stopping points. I know yesterday Green Bay made it interesting, but if other teams are doing that, in the broadcast on that Vikings-Packer game said something very interesting to me, that the Vikings added 9 players from free agency, and those guys are gelling. The Vikings are playing good football right now. Why is our offensive line, why is our playmakers, why is our quarterback struggling when they've been together for years? The Vikings are clicking. They played together for 4 games. Detroit Lions have been together for 4 years outside of Kevin Zeitler, and maybe if you want to mention J-Mo kind of, getting his first real full season here, but there's no need for these struggles on offense. It's got to come to a stop today. I think I saw that Seattle's best pass rusher is out for the game, Bofi Maye, something. I can't pronounce his last name. I'm not trying to be rude. It's a struggle for me. I saw that he's out for the game, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why this offense is struggling. I'm watching other teams add multiple free agents on one side of the ball, and they're playing very well. The Detroit Lions offensive line minus Zeitler's been together for two years, adding Graham Glasgow. But Penny Sewell's been around for a while. Decker's been around for a while. Frank's been around. Like, there's no excuse. Goff, 4th year. What are you doing? Like, 20 points a game. I'm gonna bring in the stats real quick. Here's the stats and the team rankings for the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. This is from Tim Twentyman. He puts this out every week. I really appreciate it. I like to study up on it. Seattle's got a top 4 defense. They're only giving up 14.3 points per game. That's a problem when Detroit Lions offense is only giving up 20.7. So that's a very, very narrow margin for the Detroit Lions. And like Seattle's top 10 in a lot of things. Offensively, they're solid. Top 8, top 10. Like their passing offense is top 5, number 3 overall. Like Seattle's just very, very well rounded. So there's some looks inside the numbers, how we match up stat wise. And I get it. Hey, we got to show up and play football. But it's just a little interesting something to take a look at. Jason Matthews, appreciate you being here. I'll add your name to the list for the jersey giveaway. Give me 1 second. Let me do that. I got 2 members in here, so it's a 50-50 shot. If you guys are a member and you want in on this giveaway, sound off. I'll put you in there. I'm trying to read some of these guys. Man, I've talked about this. No preseason for the starters. The timing is off. Personally, hey, this is just my opinion, just how I feel. Starters in the preseason, what are they really going to play? One series, maybe a quarter. We're going into week 4. Like that timing should be clicking by week 4. I don't think one or 2 series in preseason really makes a difference. I don't know. I would rather. I personally am always for the starters sitting in preseason, because the opposite end of that spectrum, Jason, and I'm just having a discussion with you here. I appreciate the insight. And and that's what everyone's saying, is that the timing's off because we didn't play in preseason, our starters. But other end of the spectrum, let's picture Jared Goff playing in a preseason game and he gets hurt. The narrative's going to be, well, why do you have your starters playing in preseason games? All right, it's a lose-lose situation. You're either going to have that off timing or risk the possibility of someone getting hurt in a meaningless game. So personally, on the record, I don't ever want to see starters in preseason games. That's a chance for guys to make the team. We shouldn't need one series for this offense to be clicking in week 1. Like this is an offense that's been together. They work out in the offseason. Like it's inexcusable to me. Mike McDonald. Yeah. Hey, we're very familiar with Mike McDonald. Hell of a coach, Michigan defensive coordinator. He is a nightmare. And that's probably why the Seahawks have such a great defense. Like they got 2 really good corners in Talib and Witherspoon, and their secondary is very good. Mike McDonald's a hell of a defensive coach. I'm kind of pissed he left Michigan, if I'm being honest with you. I thought that was a big loss. Jim Harbaugh leaving. I was thinking, okay, maybe we bring back Mike McDonald. Does Jesse Minter take over? Is it Sharon Moore? So yeah, we're familiar with Mike McDonald. I don't know what you mean by this. Chad Fletcher, are you with me or are you against me? I'm not 100% sure what that means, but guys, giveaway. It's getting close. I'm going to do the giveaway. I'm going to do the members giveaway at 8:30. It is 8:24 right now. So if you guys want in that, consider being a member. I'm trying to do some big stuff for these members, man. And I get it. I don't like asking for money, but when I get it, I try to put back towards you guys. I try to give you guys something. Or my wife, man, she's a little pit bull when it comes to these giveaway stuff, man. Somehow she has ways of getting multiple. So I got 2 of these Jahmyr Gibbs bobbleheads. I'm trying to get some jerseys. I love doing giveaways, man. I don't podcast for the money or for the fame. I just like talking football. So the little money I make, I try to put back into the channel with some giveaways, upgrading my audio or visual equipment. I'm probably going to have to redo a a bedroom or a basement here soon to keep the podcast going with the new addition that I spoke of earlier, the baby on its way. But the money is not why I do this. I try to really, really give back. Trust me, I know some people who sell tickets. I thought about buying some, but some of the prices that these tickets are going for are absolutely insane. If I can stumble across someone selling some tickets for cheap or for a respectable price and not sticking our members up in the nosebleeds, I'm going to do it. But I've done like 4 or 5 jersey giveaways, guys. I'm going to try to get another one tonight. I can easily get my hands on an Aiden Hutchinson jersey, but I'll fight an old lady if I have to get a black Brian Branch jersey. Those things have been absolutely impossible to find. Yeah, hey, I think this is going to be a defensive battle tonight. We mentioned Mike McDonald, Aaron Glenn's coaching at the highest level of football that I've ever seen. Our defense play. This defense has kept us in games and won us games. Like what we did against the Cardinals last week. Our offense didn't score in the second half, and we were fortunate enough to have a defense that only gave up three points in the second half. Like we held Kyler Murray in that offense in check. So Aaron Glenn versus Mike McDaniel. I don't know who the defensive coordinator is for the Seahawks. I'm not familiar with his. I can picture his face, but I don't know what his name is. But Mike McDaniel or McDonald, sorry, hell of a coach, man. Came from Michigan, resurged that Michigan Wolverines defense, took it to a new level. Hutch is familiar with him. I guess he had a hand at Aiden Hutchinson being dominant at Michigan, and we're reaping the benefits from that with the Detroit Lions. So Mike McDonald, very familiar. This is going to be a defensive battle, I think, unfortunately, because that's going to grow my impatience for the Detroit Lions offense. But I really am anticipating like a 17-10 type football game tonight. I think that's what we're going to get into. And as long as the Lions are on the north side of the point scored above Seattle, that's all that matters to me. But yeah, we should be a well-oiled machine. The last time I remember the Lions offense like really playing a full game, I think I have to go back to like the Denver Broncos game last year. Like it's we have these long lulls where we just don't score points. All right, I'll ask you guys a question. This isn't the trivia question for the bobblehead. This is just an interaction question, just to get that clear. Who do you guys think will be the offensive and defensive player of the games tonight for the Lions? Because I'm assuming the Detroit Lions are going to win. For me, I'm going with defensively. I think Kirby. I think Kirby's going to have another pick tonight. I think he's played very, very strong safety or very, very good safety play. I think he's going to ball hawk one on DK Metcalf. I think he's going to set Geno Smith up and bait him into a throw that he probably shouldn't make. And I think Kirby gets another pick tonight. Offensively, that's tough because hats off to the Seahawks defense with those two corners. I want it to be Sam Laporta. That's the first name that comes to mind is Sam Laporta. I know he's banged up. I know he hasn't had a good stat-wise game the first few weeks of the season, but I'd like to see Sam get like 8-9 catches and maybe a touchdown. I'd like to see that. So I'm going with Kirby Joseph, Sam Laporta. Terrion Arnold. Yeah, man. Hey, Terrion's been getting picked on, man. He's been getting picked on, and he's doing exactly what I would do if I was an offensive coordinator facing the Lions. I would go after him every time until he made a play. He hasn't made a huge impact play yet, but I think it's going to come. I think it's going to come soon. You know what I was thinking the other day? When's the last time the Detroit Lions had a defensive touchdown at Ford Field? I know Brian Branch had one against the Chiefs last year. And I was just thinking, like, last year, I think the other team had defensive touch. I think the Packers had one against us last year. I know the Raiders did with Marcus Peters. He had a huge pick six. And I want to say, I think I counted 3 last night. I had the Packers, the Raiders. I did the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks had a pick six against us last year too. So when's our turn on defense to get a pick six, man? or a scoop and score or something big on defense, man. I feel like the time is coming. If it happens tonight, you heard it here first. Defensive touchdown tonight. Maybe it's Terrion Arnold. Brian Branch not playing. Um, I think we get a pick six tonight. I don't think I've seen one in at Ford Field in quite a while. Well, when's the last time? If you guys know, leave it in the comments. Mike Montgomery, or not Mike Montgomery. David Montgomery, player of the game. Hey, I can see it, man. Let's get that ball inside the red zone and just pound it away with him. All right, I'm closing this off. Members only. You guys have about 20 seconds to become a member. If not, there's only 2 that left a comment today. I have the Glorious Geeks and Jason Matthews as our member. So I'm going to give you guys just another second while I load in this the wheel spin. Let me bring it in. We're going to do this first bobblehead going to our members. There you can see Jason Matthews. Looks like you have the blue. Glorious Geeks, you have the red. All right, nobody else became a member. So we're going to spin this 50-50 shot. Good luck, guys. Let's see who it is. Glorious Geeks, winner of the Jahmyr Gibbs bobblehead. Get with me on Twitter, and I will get that shipped out. I don't know how long it'll take. This is a hectic week for me. I'll try to get that shipped out Thursday. I think I might have a little time. So hit me up on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter, Facebook is okay. I try not to give Facebook information out. That's usually like my personal space. But if you hit me up on Twitter, I will get that out Thursday for you. Appreciate it. Appreciate your support as a channel member. Okay, your tag is different. That's fine. Just mention Glorious Geeks, and I'll know who I'm talking to on Twitter. But appreciate you being a member. It's truly, truly appreciated. Again, all the proceeds of membership goes to giveaways. I'm working on a jersey. I'm getting my hands on a jersey tonight. Just don't know who yet. But final predictions, man. Like I said, I think this is going to be a nasty, ugly defensive battle for the Lions. We have to find a way to come out on top. Let's get to the bye week. I was very against this week 5 bye week, but now it's kind of looking like maybe a blessing because we've been banged up. Marcus Davenport's out. Ali McNeil's been banged up. Levi Onwuzurike, I know he's not on the like injury report as like a designation that's scary, but I've noticed that Levi's gone down in like every game, so I know he's dealing with some stuff. Brian Branch is banged up, or like Frank needs some time off. So this bye week coming after tonight it's exactly what we need. Yes, all interactions is great for the channel. It was sucks as I know it in the morning time. You're as a YouTuber, you're competing with some of the big dogs. I know 97.1 has a huge following. The Woodward guys have a huge following, and then there's just little old Stevie P just trying to bring his little old podcast along. So I do appreciate everything, man. All the likes, all the comments. It's fun. I like to hop on here and have some interaction. I could sit here and talk football all day if my wife would let me, but she's at work right now, so she can't really do shit to stop me if she's watching. If she is, you guys will find out in about 10 seconds. She'll leave a comment in there and probably tell me to get a chore done, but she knows football days. No chores are getting done. Football days are dedicated to my mind being locked on football. Nothing else. I love you, but we don't do chores on football days. That's the rule in the Perkins house. No chores on football days. It should be written in the Bible somewhere. 34-20 Lions. Yeah, man, it does seem like we've played some. It sucks that we lose, but we do play some very, very entertaining football against the Seattle Seahawks, and I think they're due for just a good old-fashioned butt whooping. I think we're the team to give it to them. I think we have all the pieces in place, but for some reason, whatever's in the water that they drink in Seattle, and they travel to this side of the Mississippi. I don't know. They turn into a different football team, especially Geno Smith. I don't know what happens. He's drinking Mike's Magic Sauce or something because he plays like an MVP every time he comes to Detroit. Been rambling for hours. Seems like my throat gets a little dry. Sorry. 24-17 Lions. You know what? I think I have an idea for the next giveaway. I might make you guys do a for this jersey giveaway. One will go to members, and then we'll see what I do. But I'm getting ready. Hope you guys' brains are functioning. I know it's early. It's 8:30 in the morning. But are you guys ready for this other bobblehead giveaway? Because I love giving stuff away, man. I love giving back. So if you guys are ready, drop a thumbs up, drop a comment, drop something, and I'm going to look up my trivia questions so that I word it properly for you guys. All right. You guys ready for some trivia? Here's the question. Here's the rule. Nobody knows what the question is. The first person to leave the correct answer wins the jersey. Hey, Ron, I'm working on it, man. Those Brian Branch jerseys are like gold. You can't find them anywhere. That's what I'm going for tonight. I'm going to really try to get a Brian Branch jersey. That's who I want to give away more than anyone. But rules for the jersey giveaway that I'm about to do here. I'm going to ask a question. Whoever the first one is to answer it is the winner. If multiple people answer correctly, bravo. But whoever answers it first correctly is going to be the winner. So there are 4 members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame's class in 2004. One of them was Barry Sanders. Question is, who was the quarterback that was inducted into the Hall of Fame with Barry Sanders in 2004? I'm lousy. He's a big name quarterback, 2004 quarterback, Hall of Fame class, inducted with Barry Sanders. If nobody's guessing it, I'll throw out some hints. I know you guys are probably hitting up Google right now, you cheaters. I try to keep this game with some integrity. Good guesses, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, but no, Favre, no, not Brett Favre, not Jim Kelly, not Dan Marino. Very good guesses, though. You guys are on the right track, but no. Definitely not Joey Harrington. 1,000% no. Hall of Shame, maybe, but not Hall of Fame. I don't want to drop any hints yet. You guys were close. Brett Favre, no. Jim Kelly, no. Phil Simms, no. Another good guess, but no, not Phil Simms. Not Troy Aikman, man. You guys are dancing around it. No, not Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning just went a few years ago, Ron. I think Eli goes in next year. You guys are dancing right around the player. Like, you guys are going to be – I appreciate the integrity that no one's jumped on Google yet. John Elway. That's what it was. Glorious Geeks with the clean sweep. John Elway is the answer. So I guess you're getting both of the bobbleheads. You got the wheel spin and you got John Elway. So I guess I appreciate you saving me some money on shipping. Great guesses, man. You guys are firing off some names that even I probably wouldn't have been thinking of. Keitho, is that what you meant by Elsa's? I didn't know what you meant by Elsa's, so I can't give credit for the typo. I had a feeling that's what you were trying to say, but I didn't want to correct you on the spot and put it out there. Give it to Keitho. You think, okay, you want to, so you want me to give it to Keith? I think that's fair, because he did guess it right after you, but he typed it wrong, and I didn't want to tell him because it would have been a huge. Did Theismann get into the Hall of Fame? He might have, but it wasn't in the 2004 class. But all right, Keitho, Glorious Geeks wants you to have the bobblehead since he already won one. So same rules. Hit me up on Twitter. I will get these shipped out Thursday. Kind of busy tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday with work, but Thursday I have a little bit of time. I'll try to get to the post office and send it to him. So Keitho, Glorious Geeks, hit me up on Twitter. I'm going to get these shipped out as soon as possible. Again, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. I didn't plan on doing a 45-minute show today. Appreciate you guys working together, man, and not being greedy with the bobbleheads, Glorious Geeks. Appreciate that, as well as your membership. Giving back to the people. Getting my hands on those jerseys tonight is going to be a chore, but it's well worth it. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you guys watching. Tigers going to the playoffs, playing those Houston Astros. We're going to be keeping tabs on that. Unfortunately, I don't talk Tigers baseball. This is a Detroit Lions podcast, but I do love the game of baseball. Always rep my Detroit Tigers hat loud and proud everywhere I go. Stick around, guys. I'll be back later with another show. Thanks for watching.